Welcome to Adalo's 2-Minute Tuesdays. This week we're talking about navigation. Super important so that your users can actually get around. Alright, so there's a few things we're going to talk about. First is the setup, and then we'll get into some expert advice. So we have a navigation component you can drag in. It comes with some great defaults. And if you go to the first tab, that's normally what you want the most important thing to be. You don't need to link it anywhere, you're on that page. But for the second tab, I'm going to change the icon and the text, and I'm going to add a link to it. And here's a really important thing about that link. I want to set the transition to none. That is a standard for most navigation across all apps. And then after that, I'm going to add all of the links and change all the icons for all the rest of them, putting the most important ones to the left and the least important ones to the right. After that, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it into the other screen. And then on that, I'm going to change the active tab so that that one's the active one. And that's it. Now, you might be asking, well, why I want to make a custom one? Well, you can do that in Adalo. I can drag in a rectangle here, and I can add, for example, a shadow with a -2 pixel radius on it, and then I'm going to add in some text, I'm going to add in some image. That way I can totally customize what icons show up here. I'm going to drag to copy those, and then I'm going to change all the text and change all the icons. This is totally, completely customizable. After that, I'm going to group them together, and then I'm going to make sure I fix the position to the bottom on that entire group. After that, copy and paste it, and then again, you want to edit the styles so that the ones stand out for which tab you're actively on. All right, let's go over some best practices. So on that classic bottom tab, remember, the transition is set to none across all of those. Another thing to point out, if you need to go to an interior page, most of the time the navigation at the bottom goes away. Now, sometimes you'll need that navigation, or you need some different type of navigation, but make sure you make that navigation look different with interior sub navigation. Another thing is that you always want 5 items at the bottom. So because of that, sometimes you'll need top tabs. These are a couple different versions of top tabs. Here's another version of a bottom tab that I totally customized the way it looks to make it rounded. Here's another version of the bottom tabs where I actually have a main button, and that transition actually has a different transition. And finally, here's a little fun UX trend that's been going around with some totally customizable navigation. All possible in Adalo.